There once was a king named Josiah who became the king of Judah when he was just 8 years old. Unlike many of the kings before him, he chose to seek the Lord with all his heart. 2 Kings 23 verse 25 tells us that there was no king like him before or after him who did what was right in the sight of the Lord. His heart was completely devoted to following God. Now, Josiah became king when he was very young, just 8 years old, and he began to repair the temple of God when he was still only a teenager. 2 Chronicles chapter 34 verse 1 tells us that in the 18th year of his reign, which would mean that Josiah was only about 26 years old, he began this massive project of repairing the temple. And during the repairs, the high priest Hilkiah found a scroll. And it wasn't just any scroll, it was the very first book of the Bible, the book of the law, Deuteronomy, chapters 1 through 11, where Moses wrote down the covenant that God made with the children of Israel. It was a law book. It was a manual for the people of God that had been given through Moses on Mount Sinai. And the amazing thing was that this book had been lost. It had been ignored. It had been buried under centuries of idolatry and paganism. But now Josiah wanted to know what it said, so he had it read aloud to him. And when he heard the words of God, something amazing happened. 2 Chronicles 34 verse 27 tells us that the king tore his robes. When he realized how far the nation of Judah had drifted from the commands of God, he didn't try to hide his sin. He didn't try to justify his actions. He didn't try to make excuses for his people. Instead, he tore his robes as a symbol of his broken heart. And then he called the people together. And when they gathered before him, he renewed the covenant. He pledged himself and his people to follow the Lord wholeheartedly. And then he did something else that was really radical. He tore down every idol. He cleansed the land of pagan worship and restored true worship to the one true God in the temple. And he did all of this at a very young age. We see this young man who became king at a very young age, who could have easily said, "I'm too young to do this. I'm too young to lead. I don't know enough." But he didn't. And God used him in a mighty way. The next time you feel like giving up, the next time you feel like you're too young or too old or you don't have enough, remember Josiah. Let his story challenge you, encourage you, and inspire you to keep going. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Also, if you want to hear more encouraging and inspiring stories like this one, make sure to check out our podcast. You can listen to it on various platforms.